Hi, my name is David Theodore, and thanks for being here. In part one, we talked about extreme weather trashing the internet, taking out cabling, telephone poles, even melting power wires. The problem is that internet data centers are often miles away and unreachable in storms and power outages, sometimes for days and weeks. Of course, we've all had internet outages in weather, but the problem's getting worse. And though we've lived with it all this time, we're more dependent on data now, and climate change is a whole other ballgame. Critical systems need internet and cloud access, and we can't let them fail in weather, because often that's when we need them the most. So now let's talk about how we get to resilience. For starters, it's not about new technology. Instead, we're taking a page from a decades-old wireless network that set the standard for resilience. It was called AT&T Long Lines, and it carried all our long-distance communications until the 1980s, even military data. But it wasn't just any wireless. It was high-end microwave, hardened and weatherproofed, literally like nothing else. Resilience was so imperative that the network was built to withstand even a nuclear detonation. Ultimately, all that wireless was replaced by fiber optic cabling. Because as we discussed in part one, nothing beats fiber for bandwidth. Without fiber, we wouldn't have the internet. But the downside of fiber is that it's a single point of failure in weather. And so solving this problem, we innovate wireless and independent power as lifeboats for critical internet access. So let's see what that looks like. We take critical data from vulnerable regions, in this case a coastal floodplain, and airlift it to an internet data center that's out of harm's way. The solution is resilient to the extremes of climate change, including storm surge, hurricanes, flooding, blizzards, heat waves, wildfires, grid outages, and naturally, sea level rise. And here's how it works. We use a special class of wireless, hardened and certified for climate resilience, and install it to new best practices for extreme weather. The solution is HIPAA approved, FCC licensed, and has the highest 5G capacity. And we power it by a microgrid or generator that also supports computers, network, and Wi-Fi devices. And finally, we connect to an internet data center that's not in a floodplain or hazard zone. In this way, we maintain critical communications without disruption until traditional services can be restored. This is the resilience we need where the digital age meets climate change. The more you learn about it, the more you'll see the urgency and the opportunity. So check back for videos on all topics, ranging from cost and scalability to certification and who provides the service. Meanwhile, if you're responsible for public safety, business continuity, or national security, reach out and let's keep the internet from going down on your watch. Until then, thanks for being here. And for more, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow our social media.